let us understand what is circuit breaker first. So basically, the name itself says it breaks the circuit. So a circuit breaker is an equipment which can make or break the circuit. It can be done automatically or it can be done manually. Now, let us understand the circuit breaker is always connected in series with our power lines. So it has got two contacts, moving contact and fixed contact. In a normal operating condition, these two contacts, you can see here, these two contacts, they're always closed. In this matter, any circuit breaker, a moving contact and fixed contact, moving member or fixed member, they're always in contact so that the circuit is continued. Now, the very basic purpose of the circuit breaker is that whenever there is a short circuit, whenever there is a breakdown, the moving contact and fixed contact, they open and they break the circuit. Now, when they break the circuit, high current is flowing between moving contact and fixed contact. So there is always an arc. So there are so many ways to extinguish this arc. In this particular circuit breaker, we are using SF6 gas, that is sulfur hexafluoride gas. In such breakers, SF6 gas is used as an arc quenching medium. Arc quenching medium means arc extinguishing medium. Basically, SF6 is an electronegative gas and has a strong tendency to absorb free electrons. Now, because of this property, we are using SF6 gas. The contacts of the breaker are opened in a high pressure flow of SF6 gas. And I told you that whenever moving contact and fixed contact are opened, an arc is struck between these two contacts. The free electrons are rapidly captured by the gas, SF6 gas, and it forms a immobile negative ions. Now, when you absorb free electrons, what will happen? The arc extinguishes and there is a insulation between moving contact and fixed contact. So SF6 gas is what it will do, it will absorb the free electrons present in between moving contact and fixed contact, and thereby the arc is extinguished and my circuit is disconnected during short circuit. So this is the basic principle of working of SF6 circuit breaker. Now let us see the construction of SF6 circuit breaker. It has a fixed member. This is our fixed contact. This contact doesn't move. This is moving member, moving contact, and both are hollow. Both are hollow in the sense SF6 gas can be moved both sides. In between these two moving contact, we have an arc chamber. So arc chamber is the place where you can see the moving contact and fixed contact. When they separate, this chamber is called arc chamber, right? Whenever contact of the breaker are opened, whenever this contact of the breaker opens, there is a mechanism. It gives signal to high pressurized gas reservoir. We have a high pressurized gas reservoir. So it gives signal to high pressurized gas reservoir and gate is opened. So opening of gate of SF6 reservoir and moving of this contact, both are synchronized. So as soon as this moving contact starts moving, the valve of SF6 gas is opened and a very high pressurized SF6 gas starts flowing towards arc chamber. This arc chamber, we have a arcing horn. You can see here in this arc chamber, we have a arcing horn. The purpose of this arcing horn is to reduce the width of arc. If I have to extinguish the arc, so the basic method is reduce the arc width or arc diameter. So this can be done using arcing horn. This SF6 gas, it starts flowing through the hollow moving member and fixed member, fixed contact. And we have a gas outlet. So the SF6 gas, pressurized SF6 gas, it passes through in between the arc and it comes out of this gas outlet, and again it is restored and it is reused. So this is the construction of SF6 circuit breaker. Now let us see the working of SF6 circuit breaker. Whenever there is a short circuit, the relay gives a signal to the moving member, and moving contact starts separating from fixed contact. The movement of moving contact is synchronized with the opening of SF6 gas valve. The high pressure flow of SF6 gas rapidly absorbs all the free electrons in arcing chamber. So what happens? The result is that these electrons are absorbed by SF6 gas and arc is extinguished in between free moving member and fixed contact. So this is how a arc is extinguished in SF6 circuit breaker. So as soon as this moving contact starts moving, high pressurized SF6 gas flows in arc chamber, absorbing all the free electrons. This arcing horn, again, it reduces the width of arc and thereby it helps in extinguishing or breaking the arc. So this is the working of SF6 breaker. Now let us see the working of lightning arrestor. What is lightning arrestor? It is a protective device which conducts high voltage surges on the power system to the ground. Now what happens sometimes, we have lightning, and due to lightning, high voltage surges are formed, and these high voltage may destroy the surrounding equipments. So this voltage has to be grounded. This particular equipment, what it will do, during normal voltage, it is an open circuit. It will not conduct. The voltage will not be grounded. But what happens when there is a surge, there is a high voltage? During that time, this equipment will close and it will divert the high voltage to the ground, thereby protecting our neighboring equipments like transformer and alternators. So we have so many types of lightning arrestors. This particular lightning arrestor, which is called valve type of lightning arrestor, it is used on the system operating at very high voltages. The figure shows the various parts of lightning arrestor. Basically, there are three parts, main parts: spark gaps, grading resistors, and non-linear resistors. What is spark gap? We have series of spark gaps, and the spark gap, it consists of number of identical two electrodes. Each gap has two electrodes with a fixed gap spacing. Now, we know that during normal operating condition, the voltage is insufficient to cross over the two gaps. But what happens when high voltage appears? The surrounding area ionized, it gets ionized, and there is a spark between one electrode to another electrode. Thereby, it starts conducting. So, what we are doing is here, we are using series of spark gaps. Each gap has two electrodes with a fixed spacing between them, and the voltage distribution is done by additional resistance called grading resistor. So grading resistor helps to distribute voltage across all the gaps. The spacing is such that it will withstand the normal circuit voltage. So whatever normal circuit voltage is there, it will withstand and it will not conduct. The spacing is done in such a way that, however, an overvoltage will cause the gap to break down, causing the surge current to the ground via non-linear resistor. So this is how a spark gap works. During normal operating condition or operating voltage, the space is enough not to allow the current to go to the ground. But whenever there is a over voltage, it conducts and the surge current is grounded. Now, what is non-linear resistor? The non-linear resistors are made up of material such as thyrite, and they are also connected in series. These resistors have a property of offering very high resistance to the normal voltage current. They have the property, non-linear resistors, that they offer high resistance to the current flow when normal system voltage is applied. But they offer very low resistance to the surge current. So, in other words, we can see that the resistance of these elements decreases when there is an increase in current. So these resistors, what it will do, nonlinear resistors, during normal working voltage, they are offering very high resistance so that there is no leakage of the current to the ground. But when there is a surge current, these resistors decrease. The resistance of these resistors decrease and it allows the current to the ground. Let us see the working of this lighting arrestor. Under normal condition, the normal system voltage is insufficient to cause the breakdown of air gap assembly. So we have a sparking gap. The arc cannot be formed with a normal voltage, and we have a set of non-linear resistors which offers very high resistance to normal voltage. But on the occurrence of an over voltage, breakdown of series spark gap takes place and the surge current is conducted to the earth via non-linear resistor. So what happens when there is a surge voltage or surge current? The spark gap starts conducting, and also the non-linear resistors, they start offering low resistance. Since the magnitude of surge current is very high, these nonlinear elements, they offer very low resistance to the passage of this surge current. The result is that the surge current will rapidly go to the earth instead of flowing in the line, and thereby it protects from severe damage to the other equipment. Once the surge is over, the nonlinear resistor again it assumes high voltage, high resistance to the flow of normal current. So this is how a lightning arrestor, valve type lightning arrestor works. So you can see here, it is used for high voltage. It has a series spark gaps and nonlinear resistors, and these two combination, series spark gaps and nonlinear resistor disk, they are in series. And all this assembly, everything is accommodated in a tight porcelain container. So whenever there is a high voltage, the breakdown of series gaps take place and the current is conducted to the ground via nonlinear resistors. So this is how it is, valve type of lightning arrestor is working. And the advantage of this system is that they operate very rapidly. It takes less than a second to ground the surge current. That's why they are used for voltages higher than 220 kV. So these lightning arrestors are used above 220 kV or higher voltages. So this is the working of valve type lightning arrestor.